And we are here, that's Zaid, the beautiful architect in Ahmedabad who's helping us ideate, and he's setting up the meeting with Yatin uncle, who we are meeting in a few minutes. And this is where he lives, he works, and let's celebrate.
The school has to be a learning environment, and learning or education has multiple levels. So for example, if we know from our own kind of tradition, the Nimna Star, the lowest level of education is information, mahiti. You just pick up something from somewhere, you don't know the validation, so that's the lowest form. And many certificate courses or the school जो रट्टा लगाते हैं, all they do is give mahiti. When the information is understood, then it becomes gyan, the knowledge. So understanding is what that makes you know. For example, I know this is written in Chinese, but I don't understand. When I understand, I know the meaning of that. But that is gyan. When gyan is overlaid with the ability to discern between appropriate and inappropriate, then it becomes wisdom. For example, I know that fighting is a wrong idea, but to fight for right, maybe at that point it is the correct thing to do. So that kind of ability, critical analytical thinking, that what is appropriate, when you get that, then wisdom aata hai. Gujarati we say dahapana. And when that value system is ingrained in our routine, then it becomes sanskar. So the whole motto of education is to raise that level of information, not to only gyan, but to wisdom, and eventually to become part of your routine, that is sanskar. So it is that giving sanskar is the real idea of education. And in that, the whole environment is actually what supports that. So it's not just the built area classroom, it's learning beyond classroom, it's living and learning sort of an idea. As I always say that existence has two symbioses, human to human, which you call society or interactivity, and human to nature, which we call sustainability. When you ensure these two and learn about this, then that existence is complete.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, sir. So, sir, thank you so much for taking us through this beautiful, inspiring, wisdom-filled presentation. And we're looking forward to you both gracing us, blessing us with your creativity, with your design, and enhancing the lives of the villagers of Ganeshgaon. Would you please share with us what you have in mind, or what suggestions you would have, what would you bring forth in our small little conversation we've had so far since morning?
No, thank you so much, sir. It's been nice to exchange ideas. All I can do is to share some of the basic thoughts which govern the design. See, design, there's nothing like good or bad, it's always appropriate or inappropriate, and appropriate to the place, people, program, and philosophy. So I think it must emerge out of that. So in that, some of the basic principles that, okay, how is it sustainable? Sustainable in terms of how does it naturally kind of mitigate the forces of nature? So maximum use and application and introduction of 5 natural elements. How can we create spaces around land, water, vegetation, people and activity, wind, as well as the kind of space that is there. Second, how do we integrate the village around? So for example, the space can be multiply used. Morning as a school, then afternoon as a vocational training, so that the young girls get educated and become more employment worthy, even including digital media and stuff like that. And how does it even become a kind of a place for women to come and exchange the ideas, do some work, so it becomes a productive community center. as well as a place where government programs of intoxication or health checkup or any other things. So it becomes actually a community space with multiple uses possible within that. So people own it, the village benefits from it, and can be a upliftment cause for the whole village put together. Therefore, it would be more of a environment creation rather than building as an object. So built, unbuilt is interspersed, nature is interspersed, as I say, in many ways. So it becomes a place, and it's plural, accessible. So it's for all, and people must relate to that. Wherever possible, we can engage local craft, local workmanship, and employability of the people. So it becomes a kind of a thing created by people, for people, of people, sort of an idea of the same. And its emphasis more on exploratory learning rather than classroom teaching. So it's kind of learning beyond classroom, and emphasis by you imbibing it. I always say the good architecture of campus must inform, involve, and inspire. So some ways by which we can do that: look at the local traditional wisdom, learn from that, and make it appropriate for present needs and times. So these are some of the generic ideas around which, like we used to sit under a tree earlier and enjoy. And nature also inspires. Building is always static, but when we include nature, then nature is constantly changing, and that gives an impetus for the children to come there afresh and look into it. So I think it should be more of a fun for kids to go to, and as I say, everyone, rather than a kind of a regimented affair. So these are some of the generic thoughts around which the school is created.
Beautiful. I feel tears rolling down my eyes because I am so blessed to be in such satsang, such sattvic and pure and rooted in our philosophy, our Sanskriti, and so blessed that this village will be receiving your blessings, your guidance. Both Zaid and Yatin sir are going to be I feel so lucky for the village right now, and looking forward to working with both of you. Thank you so much. Thank you.